Welcome to Shining the Light. My name is S.E. Walibwa, and my guest today is
Dr. Didi Biorn. She's a clinical psychologist with specialization in disaster psychology. She is the co-founder of AfrBotho and the founder of Botho Corps.
Dr. Didi. How are you, my sister?
Oh, I am feeling fantastic. I'm feeling fantastic. Feeling light and just grateful to have this moment with you.
So I know we've been dealing with the pandemic a whole lot, and I don't know how you've been dealing with this. You know, how you reacted to it. You know, so maybe you can talk to us about that.
Yeah. Where did the pandemic find me?
Yes. So where did it find you?
Where did it find me?
Yeah.
Are
Are you the same Didi that you were before the pandemic?
I am. Yes. Yes, and I am more so, Didi, even before the pandemic. Like what the pandemic did, it gave me some urgency to becoming all of me, to becoming, my dreams and visions. So yeah, I am all of Didi. So where did the pandemic find me? I was reading through my journals actually, Sunny, earlier in the day, in anticipation of our time together. Trying to place myself for when 20, when the pandemic began, and I had written letters to myself in 2019. Go really the instruction you know what? 2020 is your sabbatical year. And during that sabbatical, you are going to be working with Botho Corps, like creating a database of Botho ambassadors, Babotswana. So that's where it found me. And what had triggered that was I had just come back in 2019 from the Cyclone Idaya response in Zimbabwe, in Chimanimani.
I think I read somewhere that you were there. Yeah.
Yes. And it was coming back from there that I realized that, Africa's resources that is untapped is its human capital. I was providing a lot of training psychological first aid for community leaders to be able to attend to the losses of their communities. And I was met with such, because the cyclone it was the worst disaster, Sunny, that's ever happened in Southern Africa. The worst ever, and it's a shame that the pandemic kind of like took, how disasters kind of,
right.
They almost like fight for the what light, in a sick kind of way, but going back to the cyclone, the communities that we responded to was so looking forward to, they were so wanting more of the training, realizing that they too can do, they were the first responders. They were there when the cyclone happened, and the ones that are there after, and there will be the ones thereafter, 10 years, 15 years from now. And so having just the tools of how to sit with such grave loss was very empowering. And I went this and just responding to somebody's Facebook text, right? I had no plans. I had no connections there, but it was like everything opened up for me to be able to get there. Jen Weimer is calling, Jonathan, and then before you know it, I'm with Susan White. Before you know it, and it just made me remember, my time in the Red Cross and how very well having a system, you're able to respond to your own communities, like, so in a weird kind of way, the pandemic found me readying myself for the recovery phase, thinking to myself, okay, for the anniversary, Cyclone I had wanted to take with me youth who are interested in humanitarian work so that they can go there and experience, the recovery. Unbeknownst to me, there was a pandemic looming around the corner. So that's where the pandemic found me, Sunny. Yeah. That's where it found me. What ended up happening was so different from what I thought would happen.
So how did you respond to it though? I heard a lot about the Botho and the Ubuntu, Botho Corps and all that. So let's talk about that,
Yeah. So basically in 2020, the pandemic found us. We had started at camp where we used to run retreats, healing the healer. And after during the pandemic, we had to close our camp. What you don't realize, it's actually beds.
Okay.
Those are our beds that we haven't been able to use since 2020, basically. So we took our beds, we put my husband's artwork out and created a little gallery out in the middle of nowhere.
Do you guys have a gallery in your place as we speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I can show you the paintings if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to see the paintings.
Yeah, I can show you the paintings while I talk.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you tell me when to do that. I can do that.
Okay.
It's actually a beautiful time to see the space. If I could turn the camera for you, should I do that?
Yes, please. Wow, that's a beautiful place.
Yeah. So
is that a painting or what?
No, this is the place.
This is the place?
This is the retreat camp.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So this is the space.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a beautiful place.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is a place that we want. That's a painting of me, and so those are Kimalau. Those are beds.
Okay. So who painted you?
My husband.
Wow, I like that painting over there. I like those. Can you go back to your painting? Yeah, that one is really nice.
This one?
Yeah, go back to. Let me see your painting.
This one is Mube, and that's me with my daughter.
Wow, how old is your daughter now?
She's 12.
Wow, I have an 11-year-old daughter.
Oh, beautiful age, isn't it?
Wow, even that one is beautiful. That painting that you just passed. Wow.
Yeah, I'm coming close to it. It's because I'm in the. You see that?
I just did an interview with Wilson Wilson.
Oh, isn't he amazing?
Yeah, but your husband is man. He's really good. That's your
He's
husband.
very, that is my husband.
Wow.
That's a rock star, man. But
No, he is a
let me
rock
tell
star. He
let me
is a
tell
rock
you
star.
let me tell you a story about this painting right here.
Mhm.
Um, this so my husband and I got married in 1999,
Mhm.
and in 2012 he painted this. This was his first painting,
Wow.
and I didn't know he was this rock star of a guy.
He's a rock star. He's really good. He's
Yeah,
extremely he's extremely good.
look at
So
that.
so that one it's wow. That's a whole lot. I can just
And this is Kale. This is where we used to go to meditate. I was telling you about.
yeah.
This is Kale Hill, and this is the CBD area that you can see from the hill,
Wow.
and it's like zeros and ones, and yeah.
That's really
And
beautiful.
you were asking me about Botho Corps.
Yes.
So on December 12th
Mm-hmm.
of this year, we are
Mm-hmm.
auctioning this baby
Wow.
to raise some funds to build the children's camp.
Wow. Wow. That I
So
think
that's
I think it's
a
gonna be
chap.
fun. I think you'll be going as soon as so how wow, that's beautiful. So how's the
Thank you.
fundraising coming up now?
Ra,
How's the fundraising coming up now? You guys have sent out the word,
we have sent out the word. I want to
mhm.
show you the last ones. Do you
Wow.
remember this?
Yeah, where was this? Like I remember the combi because I grew up Lady Combi. I mean like
I
when
This is Gohaburoi.
yeah, this is in Gaps, right?
That's Gabs. Gabs
Wow.
City Mabone. And then there's another one of his artwork.
Wow.
Yep.
I think how he's also mixing some innovation and nature and
Mm.
science and all that. That's really intriguing. That's beautiful. Wow,
Yep.
look
And
at
this
that.
is the last, this is my art piece. Be love. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can see it. That's very nice.
Yeah. All right. So
So,
that's where I am, Sunny.
so animals do come here sometimes or what? Uh-huh.
Um, we have elephants, domestic animals, Renaling. Yeah, I guess the most
So,
Renali dipudi, dikgomo, dipitsi. So you were asking me where we are with the foundation,
right.
and it's being re-registered because of a new law that all trusts that have been registered after 20, I don't know if it's 2017 or 2015,
Hmm.
have to re-registered. So anyways, we have an attorney who's working on that for us
Hmm.
to have it in the next 6 weeks.
Okay.
So our first big fundraiser. In
Hmm.
fact, these paintings you've been seeing, we have turned them into a catalog. I mean, a calendar rather. Yeah,
Okay.
2022.
Whoa.
So we're raising. That's how we're raising funds. Is we're sending out these calendars,
Hmm.
and it will have Botswana and U.S. holidays mo go tsone.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
that's how you all can help.
So okay, that's good. So let's talk about what is going to happen at the foundation. What are you guys planning to do there? You know.
Okay. So maybe a little bit about the foundation.
Yeah.
Jorge, what brought that about, and the
Maybe
motto.
let's rephrase why the foundation.
Why the foundation? Yes, why the foundation? The foundation came about. So, uh, um, it it's it's really when I was down and out and quiet that I realized that I continue to get burnt out
Hmm.
because I'm firefighting. I'm putting off fires,
Okay.
and like literally and figuratively, because um harina infrastructure
Hmm.
to address basic needs.
Hmm.
So how the basic needs EDC addressed, it's very hard for people to move into the next consciousness, when they're on that survival mode,
Hmm.
and I realized that we're not, it's going to be a long ride for us Batswana to start thriving,
Hmm.
not surviving, but thriving, given the
Okay.
fact that we are such a small population
Hmm.
with the kind of resources that we have. We shouldn't be, we shouldn't have people who still don't have, if you know what I mean. We shouldn't have the haves and the have nots. I will tell you, when I had an idea of making Botho go, like the idea of restoring Botho.
Hmm.
Um, I thought, okay, maybe the vehicle to use would be to do trainings, to go into the corporate spaces and provide employee assistance programs. And then
Hmm.
before you know it, I thought, you know what, maybe we should have a facility where people could come. But what Mudimo, hey, it's working, Sunny. So we found this place that we were just showing you on
Hmm.
Facebook in 2015.
Hmm.
And immediately when we found it, it just felt like it was too big for my husband and I to have.
Hmm.
And we decided instantly that it is a place that needs to be shared,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So it was where our intentions went,
Hmm.
which was, okay, how can we be more impactful? Okay, we could be more impactful if we have our own space. We can bring groups, we can run retreats, team buildings, you name it, right? But I had my own unconscious bias.
Hmm.
We brought, you just saw how beautiful the space is that I'm
Like
in.
this space is beautiful. Yeah.
It's you know eh, and I'm not biased, it is beautiful,
No, it is
right?
beautiful. Yeah.
But this beauty is nestled within the pain and the wounds of the people that we found here. People who've been coexisting with elephants before we came.
Hmm.
So our great intention ended up with sad outcomes where Rona, I will tell you in all honesty,
Hmm.
um, 2020 was a beautiful year for my family and I, because it felt like we had actually created a bunker for ourselves, unbeknownst to us. because we had, prior to the pandemic, had wanted to live off the grid, completely off grid, try some homesteading. We had frustrations with the bank. Nobody would buy our idea. So we sold our home. We came out, bought a property, got some friends to work on a project together, the AfrBotho project. And Sunny, as we are creating this dream retreat that we had just across from our lagoon, people are coming, they're coming to collect dirty water. The water from the lagoon, the same water that the elephants drink from, the same water that the cows, the horses, the donkeys, that everything. Batho ba mo motseng wa Boro, they don't have water, right? And they don't have eco-friendly sanitation. You know, if there's no running water, then how do you have a toilet? Right? And then on top of that, they don't have electricity. But there's you know, power lines that shoot past our community, going to the Botswana Defense Force, going to the Botswana prison, their camp. Those camps are powered, but the rest of the community is not.
How far are you guys from Mau?
We are 6.5 kilometers from Mau.
Wow.
6.5 kilometers.
Like a walking distance. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, kids from here walk to go to school. Yes. Yes. But yet we're so removed from resources. You know? So you were asking for a my husband and I realized we can't, it wasn't even fun to enjoy what we had created. Because you have people just across from you, and we became like an island, like we are hoarding all the resources. We've got water, you know, that, I mean, we haven't done anything to deserve it. It came all the way from Angola, right? It's the Delta, right?
It is the Delta.
And because our property has enveloped this lagoon, the people who were drinking before us here, the animals still know the path. The elephants still use the elephant corridor that they've used for years. So it became a question of, you know, how can we coexist with our communities, including the elephants, right? So Botho Corps was doing its own community assessment to say, what does my community need? What does our community need? I will tell you right now, we need eco-friendly sanitation. We live on the Delta waters. You know, we should make that a priority. We could use biogas, solar. You know, we need all these households to be powered by solar, because you know why? We have the sun like probably 250 days in a year. Free solar. You know, we're not even trying to get on the BPC power line. I'm just saying, what if we could bring moto? You know, I'm hoping out there, Sani, that there are Botswana who are doing solar business in solar, right? Botswana who know how to do the hydroponics. Gore, go the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Re tlhoka di basic first. Before we even move into mental health, what we've realized is that our community here needs to go green, you know, and we need everybody to come and help the communities. Because what's happening, and we're going to see this more so, Sandy, mark my words. I mean, it's a public health crisis. After a public health crisis like this, the haves and the have-nots get their thing in a bigger and bigger and bigger. And we saw it right here, where with a volume and across, a kid is getting water from a crocodile, from a lagoon that has a crocodile in it. And the kid doesn't even know how to swim. So Botho Corps, first and foremost, we want to raise money to be able to build a borehole for our community. Ba kgona go nwa ba nosa diphologolo tsa bone sentle, you know. We had a death of one of our neighbors, a 10-year-old boy. And
before you continue, so
sure.
So the project will be for your own community first, right? Like, but from
Yes.
you guys going to take this as an example to other communities. Is that what? Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. We're not interested right now into, you know, colonizing another community. We're just saying the best that we can do right now is to ensure our community has what we have. Right? Basic metsi, basic sanitation, eco-friendly sanitation, you know, biogas, you know, just basic stuff. Just basic stuff. Yeah. And to be able to assist it.
You know, most of the time when we think about the lagoon, the Okavango lagoons or the delta, we just think about, you know, okay, it's a beautiful place. But maybe only a few people, we don't think about the communities that surround the area, because there have always been people there, always been animals there, right?
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. You know, I think it's very important, Sunny, right now as we I'm seeing 2022 as our recovery phase, right? You know, the pandemic, especially for us, mo Botswana, you know, nobody lockdown, a state of emergency. So a lot of companies weren't sure which directions to go. But I honestly, you know, having watched the government efforts, you know, you can see the gaps that exist, right? And there are gaps, and they should be gaps, because the government can't do everything. So for me, I think what's important is for the government to really open it up. Go to how their public-private partnerships. We need help. You know, was that's how that should be like our thing, our rally, our call to action should be moto. You know, what can you do? What can I do? That should be what should be in everybody's mind as we go into 2022, because it's going to be rough before it gets better. But it's better when we're doing it together. It's way better when we can do it together. I will tell you right now, I've been on a sabbatical resting, knowing that, you know, my colleagues who are in the trenches are going to need support. And I can't support them. You know, before the pandemic, we used to use the example, you know, when you're in the airplane, they tell you, in cases of low turbulence, you put the mask on yourself first. And we now gore batho ba sa flyang le ba flying now understand that analogy of putting your mask first to protect yourself. So that's what we're going to have to do. We have to find out what those masks are, you know, like what we're now listening, what can you do? Nike Didi, what can I do? Cyber Sani. You're shining the light, and we're grateful for that.
Together, we are shining the light.
Together, we're shining the light. Yes.
Motolemot, yes, give it, yes.
Yeah, that's the war cry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, the you know, it could be Motolemoto. I get it. In 1976, it was Motolemoto Homu. In 2020, we're saying Motolemoto Botho. You know, Sunny, we have Botswana is so rich. And that's about Botswana here. Most country, we are so rich with these young minds, you know, young creatives who can do what used to take us 20 years can be done now in 2 years or less, you know, because technology helps with that. Here you are, we're having a conversation. I'm in Botho and you are in California.
Right.
How about that? Email, and how long would it take?
Whatever.
Now here we are. So you were asking me earlier on how far we are with the trust. I was saying, Sunny, that we have we've engaged an attorney who is helping us because of the large piece of land that AfrBotho has. We wanted to put 5 hectares to lease it to Botho Corps so that we are able to provide all of these programs that our community needs. You know, because we have a lagoon, it would be easy to run aquaponics. You know, because we have access to water, hydroponics. You know, we can feed our communities right here. And, you know, these are communities, Sunny, that have had their fields be wiped out by an elephant overnight. Go to 3 months of work just like that, gone. Right? And I'm thinking there's got to be a better way. You know, there's got to be a better way. If we had solar, because we have solar, we haven't had, despite being on the elephant corridor, we haven't had elephants coming through our camp. What they do, they go around our camp because Didi Biorn, and we've got beehives, right? So we're hoping that we could start, you know, like a beehive project with the community. So more beehives that can expel these elephants. You know, finding eco-friendly ways for us to communicate
without killing the animal.
Without killing the animals. So, you know, anything that will deter them. And what we've noticed is having our solar does deter them. Having the beehives is part of the deterrent, you know. So, as I said, we've decided our focus is serving the immediate survival needs of our neighbors, right? Because we can't talk about all the other issues when where they live is not safe, you know, where they live, there's no sanitation, where there's no water, there's no running water, Sunny. In 2021, there's still households that are less than 10 kilometers from Maun that don't have running water, that don't have the toilet. And I can say this to you, Sunny, I don't have a toilet yet, a running toilet yet. I use a compost toilet.
Mhm.
But that's because my husband and I were able to get online and Google, what do you
Mhm.
do? What are
Mhm.
the eco-friendly sanitation solutions out there? And we
Mhm.
had a friend, Guy William, and he came and he designed our first compost toilet. And
Mm.
ever since then, re kgona go dirisa that. And what we do is, like, seriously, we use. I had a friend who's like, Didi, I never thought, oh, but this is what
Mhm.
survival is, right? And we get sawdust from a local carpenter in Maung. We get
Mhm.
these sawdust thick, 25 kgs.
Uh-huh.
We've got a bucket inside this little nice crafted toilet,
Uh-huh.
and you put your sawdust in, and only the dry stuff goes in there. And
Okay.
then haetala, you take it, you go dig somewhere, you put that compost in, and then we go to forestry, and we have been planting. We probably have more than 40, 50 trees now of both Mitzintsela, Mikuchomo, all the local trees.
Right.
On top of these compost deposits
Uh-huh.
that we
Uh-huh.
have. And I think, most of our neighbors habana that kind of sophistication. You a hella and you go and you find right? But it's like, why can't we find a long-term solution to that? Like, why can't we make having toilet a necessity?
Mhm. Mm.
I've been boiling
What
water, Sunny. Hotapa,
what do so what
Hoshawa.
do they use so what do they use those people? Your community.
Like I said, Wuzaharawe, they literally go and dig, you
Okay.
know? Yeah. It's no different from what we're doing.
Mm.
The only difference is that we're using that compost to grow trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a more,
Yeah.
intentional, It's like we're
Yeah.
gonna, because we decided we're gonna have a fruit forest.
You're recycling it. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're recycling it. Hotelele. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's where Botho Corps is.
Mm-hmm.
We're not hoping, we're intending to actually have a, um, a silent auction
Mm-hmm.
December 12th,
Mm-hmm.
where we can raise money towards building the borehole,
What is a
towards
silent option? What is a silent option?
gore ke auction e leng gore wena o le sane ko, you can participate. You can
Okay.
participate from anywhere. O bo
Okay.
lebella yone, we'll share the painting that we're selling.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then people bid, right? And then
Okay.
ratara go lebella the highest bidder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And we have a crazy idea, but we thought that the painting can be bought with the Maung International Airport. Whoever
Mm.
buys it can donate it to the community. You know,
Oh.
eh. So how
That's
we so you could buy it ole ko California where rekela airport ya Maung.
mm. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Like, why not?
Like why not? Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's what we're doing. December 12th, including the calendar that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping to have 20 women
Mm-hmm.
leaders to
Mm-hmm.
come to Boro, and
Mm-hmm.
then other leaders and youth leaders around the country and around the world can
Mm-hmm.
participate in this. So Lona, Olesani, you can have other Botswana in California, and you're hosting that party. right?
Mm-hmm.
So lona letawelele in that California letawele decide how do you intend to moto le moto? Like what's your service? Well, what's your talent? What's your contribution to the recovery of Batswana?
So are you gonna be speaking? Are you gonna go
Yes.
live and speak?
It's going to be live. It's going to be live with people all over the world.
Because we want to be able to share the link and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Error. We intend to use technology to our advantage.
Yes, and you guys, seem like you guys have it over there.
We do.
Yeah.
But my neighbors don't have this, and they should.
I get it.
You know, they should. You know, Sunny, I really want to engage Botswana in the diaspora to help us, like even just to raise the laptop or delay 30. Rebe container that we turn into an internet, you know, I don't want to say cafe, but an internet room, you know, a computer room for the kids. Because if this is where kids are going, if this is what all kids need to survive in the future, why are we leaving others behind right now? So I don't see how, you know, Tobago, whoever across the world, they can't decide, you know what, Arabatem container, let's furnish it, you know? Let's have a container that has solar, that has, you know, little toilets, moting, these toilets, these days there's recyclable. We're going green, right? So you have all of this stuff and it can be shipped out. And that could be a contribution. That's the best you can do, right? So that's what we're hoping, Sunny. We're just hoping to jumpstart Botswana into you know, in its truest sense. In its truest sense. We have what it takes to survive, Sunny. Absolutely. We are starting off as a day camp, Sunny, only because we don't have everything that we need to be running camps, right?
And you want to start with your community first.
Exactly. We want to start with the community first. We want the community to be the ones that participate in the building of the infrastructure. You know, we are. I was sharing earlier what we are having an attorney writing a lease to lease that 5 hectares for Botho Corps with the intention, with the clause, as soon as it raises its own money, it can buy that, right? So the idea is then to invite the community to say, okay,
calling people and providing whatever the food and everything, and then we do something, then we work. Right?
Yes.
Right?
We are going back to basic.
I was actually thinking about last time when we talked, I was thinking about that when I was growing up, you know, Halenale Masimu and Obata you call people and you cook good food and everything, people will come and you don't have to pay them. You see what I mean? Like
Absolutely. Yes, I mean, when I was a kid, we had the opportunity to be the tea makers, right? Because ba biditswe ba tshwantse gore ba direlwe tee, ba tshwantse gore ba je, right? And no go phuthiwa mabele na tsenngwa ha gare, and you'd go around. It was like so fun to just see how fast you could get things done. And
it
how
was fun. It's fun because
Yes.
everybody is happy.
Yes.
Everybody wants to see you growing. Everybody wants to see you winning. Everybody wants to see you doing good. Everybody wants to see you putting up some fruits, right?
Absolutely. 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 So really the motole moto is a version of letsema.
Got it.
Just the only difference right now is that letsema lena, everybody is bringing with them their toolbox, you know? And then Olesani, you're like, I'm an artist, I'm a writer. Maybe I could do a script for this, you know? Omongwa are, I'm a musician. I could actually write a song for this, right? Omongwa are, na I'm this, you know, somebody is like an architect, and whenever it's a you know, they could design something for us that's green, you know? Like we want to bring all of that. I get it when back way, you know, they said they get bagolo ba rona. Batho ba ba sa itseng ko ba tswang teng. Ke gone aka the lost nation. I get I think they said that was Seretse Khama's words, that a nation that don't know where they come from. 2021. If you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you're going. But
Right.
we have some very what I call Botho quotient, some very foundational ways, effective ways that doesn't leave anybody behind, that is very inclusive, you know. It's inclusion, right? Motho le motho is crowdfunding, is collaborating, is bringing whatever ingredient you have to the pot. That's how Chakalaka came about.
Chakalaka.
I just wanted to see if you're listening.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
You were
What is
Chakalaka.
Chakalaka is the mixture of vegetables together and
The hot pot.
the hot
Yeah.
pot. Yeah.
Yeah. You get pot laka in a dish.
In a dish, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm getting it, Didi. I'm getting it.
Irra.
I'm getting it. I think you have covered everything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Do you
Is there anything
know?
you want to cover?
I just wanted to say, you know, people with the same will and vision can do anything. If we have the will, somebody else comes and saves us. Who's going to help us? We're going to help ourselves. And we have what it takes, Sunny. We absolutely, and that's what's beautiful, is we have what it takes to succeed. And Botho Corps intends to create that database. And actually, I should call out to all the young creatives out there who know who could set up an app for us. Yeah, Botho Corps. Yeah, make sure we've got a database. Yeah, every talent and skill that we have out there to take our. We're just 2 million. We can even create.
I think you need an application.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And you know, I took part in a hackathon in India as part of the expert new. And I kept thinking to myself, we need a Botho hackathon, you know, where the young people themselves can come up.
When Lala was telling me about, sorry to cut you. When Lala was telling me
ahead.
about what you want to do with STEMA or STEM, you know, I was just and your area location, I was thinking of, like, the kids will be able to come and do some hackathon and do some, you know, do some coding and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah,
So,
and we welcome all of those. You know, I'm not in the STEAM industry, but I know the kids around here need it, right? You know, we're infusing the arts in, you know, and the music in, and the psychology in, you know, and take care of that. We will provide the space and coordinate it all.
Wonderful.
Yeah. That's my pledge for the next 5-10 years, Sunny. When my daughter is 22 and she's an adult, it'll be time for me to write books now.
Right.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Before you go, can you like maybe summarize it, like in short, just summarize, you know, the Botho Corps, just summarize everything.
So Botho Corps is a platform that is being created for, first and foremost, Botswana to come out together, same will, and say, we can. And this is who I am. This is what I have. And this is what I can do. And participate in the recovery of our country. I believe that with the population like ours, we would be able to shorten, if you may, the gap between the have and have-nots that has been threatening us the other direction. So what we want is really to just really bridge that gap and to ensure when it comes to basic needs, Botswana in far off places like in the Northwest, even in the Southwest, Botswana Southeast, Northeast, who see their community needs, they too can have their own chapter, Botho Corps, you know, and that they, you know, what we're going to do is to ensure that everybody has the tools, everybody has the resources to ensure that their communities can thrive. And if we remember that behavior change is not an overnight thing, 5 years, we will absolutely be able to get our communities to thrive. And as soon as our communities can thrive, we can enter, you know, that self-actualizing space. So Botho Corps wants to shine the light on the Botho quotient, the intelligence embedded in understanding that your humanity, Sunny, is bound out in mind, bound around mind. You know, that should be our chant. That should be our chant. That's how I'll close off. To say Beto, moto le moto boto. Ole mo community nyahaho. Find out what you can do and reach out to us. Botho Corps is on Facebook. Rota, let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee. Right, email.
Great to meet you, Nanta.